America's Central Intelligence Agency will soon begin a secret program of drone strikes at a base in Niger. The New York Times has obtained satellite images of the Dirkou base. They show the small commercial airport in the Sahara Desert has been expanded significantly. Up until now, drone flights have been limited to surveillance operations. Well, for more on this story, Daniel Ryntjes joins us from Washington, D.C. Daniel, what's the reason behind this secret program?
Well, curiously, in central Niger, the US has been building and indeed operating out of a massive US drone base in Agadez that is estimated to be costing the US military over 10 years over $250 million. So the question is, why would you then turn to this tiny airbase further north in order to begin operations within the context of the CIA? And the answer appears to be that it's close to Libya, a country that currently is in the midst of a very complex civil war in which it's impossible to have significant US assets based there, and currently flies drones into Libya from Italy and from a small airbase close to the Nigerian capital in Niamey. So it looks like a practical effort to continue to have an influence in a country, Libya, where militants have many opportunities.
But Daniel, isn't this a reversal of a policy to increase the transparency of such operations by transferring drone responsibilities to the US military?
Right, so President Obama was a president who really ramped up the use of drones. There was not very much transparency during the time in which he was president, but he did decide that it would be a good idea to take the responsibility for drone attacks away from the Central Intelligence Agency, which after all is an intelligence gathering organization, or used to be, and put it back in the hands of the US military, which is obliged to provide at least some details to reporters such as us. So in this case, they are doing the very opposite, and indeed the American Civil Liberties Union has just provided me with this statement on the issue, saying it is dangerous and unwise to expand again the CIA's role as a paramilitary killing organization. Limiting the CIA's role was one of the few but important constraints President Obama placed on the US program. And they also go on to say that under the CIA there also have been significant civilian casualties, and that essentially once it's in the hands of the CIA, there is no transparency, no obligation to report, and therefore no oversight of what they're doing.
Okay, thank you for that. That was Daniel Ryntjes there joining us from Washington.